Hello and welcome back. So, this will be my first ever review. I've done mostly lockpicking videos, that's my normal, but I thought I would give this review a shot. You may have noticed a lot of other of my fellow pickers doing reviews for Banggood.com, and they contacted me as well. So, I looked through their product line and started looking at what I wanted to review. I thought about this for a minute and I decided I wanted to try to check out a beginner to intermediate level pick set. Originally, I had in mind looking for something for Little Miss Pick. Try to kind of upgrade her set a little bit. So that's what I believe this one is going to be. I have checked this out and I wanted to give my honest and unbiased opinion on it. It is just my opinion. You guys obviously can buy this or don't buy it. It's not gonna hurt my feelings one way or the other. As with any of my reviews, they are just my opinion, and I want to make sure I put that up front. We do not get paid for these reviews, and the only thing we get out of it is the sample product that we can keep or give away. And I believe this one I will probably keep and give to Little Miss Pick. So, if I do some future reviews, I will probably give them away. But at this point, I figured this is the first one. I'm going to check it out and give you my opinion on it. Without further ado, and I have a lot to cover. I got this in a couple days ago and decided to check it out. And when I opened it up, the first thing that I noticed was there's a lot here, for one. For another, not everything has a place in this case, so it's all kind of thrown in a little bit. This is the Practical 34-in-1 Multifunctional Pick Set. It actually has the Jang SHJ on it. I don't know, but at any rate, these have plastic handles. I do not believe the tang goes all the way through the handle, so but with the plastic, I believe that any kind of feedback you're going to get is going to resonate through this plastic. So that's my first impression of the handles and what I'm looking at right away when I first open the case. Like I said, not everything has its place, but if you're like me, you're going to find your favorites and put your favorites in the case, and probably not the things you're not going to use, you're probably not going to put in this everyday carry case. But let's go through. I'm going to actually lay some of this out, and we will go through everything and show you what's included in this kit. There it is. Alright. Let's get these out and kind of take a look at them here. I'm going to put these in kind of groupings here of what's in this set. Let's do this way. I'm going to pull everything out first. Set those there. Let's see here. That's kind of one of these. Alright, there's all those, that, and that. Got quite a few hooks. I chose this set because it has a lot of options, and as a new picker or an intermediate picker, you're going to want a lot of options because you may not know exactly what you want to use for a lock when you first look at it. If you don't have a whole lot of experience picking locks, then you don't know exactly what one you're going to want. Now, let's look at this case real quick. It is probably not real leather, but for this price point I wouldn't expect it to be. It's all single stitched, so it's probably not going to hold up to a whole lot of abuse after time, but for what it is, it's not bad. It is big enough to hold everything, so that's good. Would be nice if it probably had a spot for each one of these picks, but it doesn't. So overall, not a bad case though. It does work just fine. So, but let's get to the meat and potatoes of this here. Let's start with the tension wrenches. You get a shutter tension wrench. That is for car doors and things with closable shutters on them. It's pretty standard. I've seen these before. I'm not huge on using them, but they do work. So you get one of those. Then you have tension wrenches here. You get, looks like they give you 4 Z-bar wrenches. And I think from the looks of it, they're all basically the same. You have 2 with the short and long, and 2 with both long and long. I'm sorry, these are both longer and shorter, so but they're identical. So really you only have two kinds there. I don't know why you'd need 4, but at any rate. And then you get this tool, which is actually pretty cool. Nice little tension wrench. It doubles as a top of the keyway or bottom of the keyway, so that's kind of nice. Not seen one of these in any other kits, so that's kind of cool. I'll show you how it works here. If you want to use it as bottom of the keyway, that side works in here just fine, so that works good. If you want to use it as top of the keyway, this side works up here. So you can, or you can also use it bottom of the keyway that way down here if you want. Either way, not a bad tension wrench. I kind of like it. Now, granted, I would have probably included some of your more standard tension wrenches, like your wiper insert ones, but something like this with a that they normally have in these kits. But at any rate, tension wrenches aren't that important. What is the picks themselves, because you can make a tensioner out just about anything. So let's go over these picks. And first, let me start by telling you that every one of these picks is in 25 thousandths. Pretty thick. So you're not going to be picking a whole lot of European locks with these. Fitting in a nice tight Euro lock is not going to be the easiest thing. They do give you some Euro profiles, but with the thickness of this, you're probably not going to be using them for that. So the other thing is these are very strong. They are definitely stainless steel. Definitely very strong picks. If you'll notice, they do give a little bit, but they do not bend out of place. And I've actually used a couple of these to pick some locks, and they're actually not bad. Not bad at all. The only thing that does need some improvement is obviously the finish. But that is any pick set you get. You're going to have to sand a little bit. These are definitely very sharp and very rough, but they are at least the right shape to start with. And that, if you have a good foundation to start with, that helps a lot. Let's go over what you get here. You get quite a few rakes. Let's start with these ones. Looks like we get some, about what, 5 of these wiggle rakes. They all kind of look different variations of snake rakes, and almost like a Bogota copy. I'm not a huge raker. I have raked some locks, but it's not what I normally do. So, and then we have a funky lifter pick here. Kind of nice. I guess it's about the only thing you've got here as a half diamond, because they did not include a half diamond in this kit. But you could probably use this as one. Then we have a city rake. Pretty standard looking city rake there. I would imagine that would work just fine. You get a half ball, DeForest half ball. Pretty good look, nice shape there too. Like I said, I think you, after a little bit of sanding, I think that one actually would be very useful. You get a hybrid here, half diamond, kind of half diamond. It's not very well shaped, and a half ball on the end. Don't know about that one. You do get a double half ball, which is needs a little bit of work. You do get a snowman or a double ball. That's actually probably perfect shape. You can use these on dimples or raking. Then you get some dimple rakes. I've never used dimple rakes before, but seems to be the standard shape that I've seen in most of the kits as far as the two popular ones I've seen. I hear they work pretty good. I've honestly never raked a dimple block before. You do get a double wafer rake as well for, say, car doors and things like that. Then you get I don't even know, I guess this is a lifter pick. Kind of an interesting looking little pick here. I guess you could also use this for maneuvering some of your what are they called, lever locks. So it is thin enough to get into most of those keyways, then be able to maneuver your or even to turn maybe some medicos. I don't know, to turn your might be able to use that to turn some of those medico pins. You do get a key extractor, which I'm very impressed with, actually. This is very sharp, which it should be, to grab a hold of a nice brass key. It's definitely thin enough to get in, and it has a little bit of a curve on it. Curves up, so you can grab that and pull that key out. So that's actually pretty impressive. Not a lot of kits have this, and I was not a good one anyways. I've seen some harpoons, I've seen some crazy stuff. This one actually is pretty good. I'm actually impressed with that. But let's get to the hooks, which is what obviously I use the most of, and what most people would use as they get into this hobby. Because you start finding that you don't like raking as much as you do picking, single pin picking, because it's not as much fun. So, just my opinion. This is a very thick short hook. Thick when I say thick in the shaft there. And you get, and the other thing I've noticed about this kit is that there are no repeats. They are all individually different picks, which is nice. Another variation of a little bit steeper than that one. This one is almost a gem style. Not too bad there. Actually pretty good. This is actually 100% a gem style right there. That is a gem style pick. Little thick, but not too bad. Then you get into some of your thinner European, as well as this one. I'm gonna skip over some of these because they're all different variations of it. There's a nice thin European hook. I like that. But this one is absolutely thin. I mean, just tiny thin. That would be very, very useful if it was thinner. As you can see, it's pretty thick width-wise. So this one's going to need to be thinned down quite a bit if you're going to use it for a European lock. But overall, not too bad. Like I said, the shapes, the shape of it is actually the right shape. So as far as sanding them down and making them the right thickness, that's about all I think you would have to do to these. Not a bad kit, especially for the price point. This kit actually sells for $18.33 on Banggood.com, and I will be including a 25% off coupon in my description, which brings it down to $13.75. So for a beginner or intermediate, less than 20 bucks for all of this, less than 15 with the 25% off. I'd say it's a pretty good kit. Like I said, anything you buy at this price point, you're going to have to do some sanding. You're going to have to round the edges on everything and make them a little bit more useful. But that's pretty common. And when you think about it in terms of buying other picks, the average price of a single pick is, let's see, anywhere between $2 and $7, $2 and $8. So if we look at just the hooks here, there's what, 28 picks. So individually at the $18.33 price, you're looking at 71 cents a pick. That's not too bad. And if you're looking at individually with the coupon code, it is what, 49 cents a pick. So for 50 cents a pick, I'd spend 50 cents a pick on these. They're not bad. Like I said, you're gonna have to do a little bit of work with them, but I think that's pretty common at this price point. As I said before, there will be a link for a couple coupons actually in my description. You'll have a 25% off coupon for this set. There's a 15% off all lockpick tool deals, and then there is a up to 70% off tools and security clearance coupon. So those will all be in the description. I hope you guys like this review. I'm planning on possibly doing some more for them, so hopefully in the future we'll do some more reviews. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your time, and don't break the law.